If you're craving a gorgeous, hand-drawn fantasy game about attending a magic university, then Songs of Glimmerwick is probably exactly what you've been searching for. The game doesn't have a release date yet, but the devs at Eastshade Studios just released the first episode of their devlog series, which has a lot of cool tidbits about the game that have made me even more excited to play it. You see, in the land of Glimmerwick, playing music is the secret to casting spells and will be your key to completing classwork, helping out the locals, and exploring the world. And you can use music to speak with trees and spirits, enchant tools to work all by themselves, and even shape the earth around you. The game is a beautifully hand-drawn RPG life sim adventure, and you're the newest witch in town. The way that magic works in this world is by collecting spells that take the form of short songs, and then cast them by playing this little Guitar Hero style minigame. It looks like we can even level them up to their fully powered ancient versions, presumably by attending class or just using the spells out in the wild. Aside from learning and going to class, attending after-school clubs and festivals in town, we'll also have access to the university garden. But this isn't just your average farming sim with some light RPG elements. It's quite the opposite, actually. Songs of Glimmerwick puts the story, quests, and characters at its center. So everything else, like farming, potion brewing, moth racing, activities that can become monotonous or even tedious, these are instead used as a means to progress quest lines and to help flesh out the world and its characters. Back in 2019, Eastshade Studios published Eastshade, which also had a strong focus on quests and world building through those quests. So basically, no mindless farming here. Instead, the time that you would have spent doing tasks like watering your plants every day can be used to go on adventures. And there will be a ton of them because the land of Glimmerwick is massive. The world will definitely feel alive too, with every single character's lines being fully voiced. Of course, it's an RPG, which means character customization and progression, with new skills to choose from when you level up, and special abilities like speaking to frogs. There is no combat either, just plenty of whimsy and weirdness. The game's website also has a little FAQ section. I'm not sure when it was last updated, but it currently says this about a release date. We work on the game until we have the content we want and the game is solid enough to play through. And then once we're certain we can finish in time for it, we officially announce an actual release date. Our guess at the moment is Q3 2023 or so. Well hey, that's not too far off, but I'm sure with these new devlogs that more info will be coming to us soon. What platforms will it be on? It'll be on PC at launch, and they're planning to eventually launch on consoles, but no further details on that yet. Does the game have a main story? The game has both a main story and a plethora of smaller stories as you learn about the characters of Glimmerwick. The magic source of the island is fading. The forest is dying. It's someone's fault, but whose? The people of Glimmerwick seem to have differing opinions about that. And last, how big is your team? Our development team consists of 3 full-timers at the moment, along with the composer who also worked on Eastshade. So this is all looking and sounding very promising, and I am definitely looking forward to watching more of the team's devlog videos as the year progresses. And I have a couple other game recommendations for you, although unfortunately none of these have been released yet either. You may already know about Witchbrook, which is sort of the pixel version of Songs of Glimmerwick. Its development process so far has been very secretive. We only have a couple screenshots of the game that are kinda old at this point, but it's something to keep an eye on and to add to your wishlist. The other game is Mirthwood, which is coming out in 2024. This one actually has a very similar style to Songs of Glimmerwick, but it's more of a traditional medieval fantasy RPG with combat, but also adventuring, socializing, and building your own homestead. It's inspired by the works of Bethesda, and I have a full video on it, as well as one all about Witchbrook, so enjoy!